Sliced watermelon is always a delicious late summer treat, but by late summer you might be getting a little tired of it, so we're jazzing it up.
Yep.
Chef David has a great recipe to show us.
Yeah, so rather than just having it, by the slice, we can put it into a salad, and I think some people have seen some salads before. This one's a little bit different. What we do with this is that we start with some onions that we've sliced thin, and we've diced up half of an English cucumber, and we're kind of marinating that, letting it pickle in a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and a teeny bit of cayenne.
So that's the first thing you would do?
That's the first thing, and then while you're doing that, you can do all your other prep work, and let's go ahead and we'll get the watermelon going, and I'll show the way I like to slice it up.
That's a cute little baby.
These are nice. I mean, if you have a big one, just think of doing everything kind of in half. So just going to take the ends off to start with, and now you can set it up nice. And there is actually some usable parts there, but I'm not going to worry about that now. And then all we do is we're just going to shave around the sides.
Oh, sort of like a pineapple.
Kind of like a pineapple, kind of like what you do with oranges when you're trying to do get the segments out. So and this should go real quick. Don't worry about being perfect. If you get a little bit of white, you can come back and get it off. Or if you get too much meat, it's not a big deal.
A sharp knife is essential.
Sharp knife helps. Okay, so then we'll just get rid of all of that. Then all we're going to do on this is we're just going to probably make about 1-inch slices.
Is this considered a seedless?
This one is considered seedless, but I saw a black seed on the other end, so. But that's fine, so it's not a big deal. So again, I mean, this is pretty quick, and again, you're just trying for about 1-inch slices, or cubes rather.
Slice first, then cube, okay.
And then
you make it look very easy and not so messy.
It is messy, and you wind up with a lot of juice on this, and I probably wouldn't add the juice to the bowl because it's going to get juicy enough on its own real quick.
Okay.
Okay, almost there.
We're also adding tomatoes to the salad, which I've seen a couple of different takes on a watermelon salad, but this one is different in the fact that you do have tomatoes in it as well.
You know, tomato adds good taste. They have they're sweet, but they're also acidic, and they also add some good texture. And as far as for summertime, it's definitely a great one to add because they're so seasonal and fresh in the summertime. And you could use any kind of tomato you want, but if you can get like an heirloom type, like this one here, it's got some real unique pattern on it, almost like a variegated tomato.
Right, and then the yellow, of course.
And then the yellow. So basically, pretty much that's it. Okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and assemble.
Okay.
Move the knife out of the way here.
What's first?
So we're going to throw everything in except we're going to put the cheese in last because the cheese will kind of crumble.
Okay.
So you guys go ahead and start putting it in. And that's about 2 medium tomatoes. And you know, it's not, this recipe isn't about perfect measurements.
Now, do you want all that juice?
All that's in fine. It's kind of like your dressing is what it is. So we've kind of created a vinaigrette with that.
Okay.
And then next we have some Kalamata olives. So add some great salty flavor.
Right.
And again, it's kind
Those
of
are my favorites.
kind of acidic. And those flavors, they just pair really good against watermelon.
And let me see. Let me guess. Basil and mint.
Basil and mint.
Okay.
So the basil, we did a chiffonade, which is just the real fine ribbon. And on the mint, I did it a little bit finer because I think that otherwise it's too overpowering if you have big pieces. So this is really simple, and that's basically it. And then once we've got it nice and mixed, then we can go ahead and add in our feta cheese. And then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And again, it doesn't have to be quite perfect. Okay, this is a new bottle. It's coming out slow.
Okay. So a little bit of olive oil. You've already had the vinegar in there with the onions and the cucumber, so.
So we basically have our dressing. Our dressing's made without mixing. And I mean, it's one bowl. And then again, just kind of gently. So you could put this in the fridge for a little bit of time, but the watermelon's going to break down, and the sooner you serve this, the better it's going to be. But a half hour would be okay to kind of let the flavors blend.
So you want to do this last minute, throw it together, put it on the table, whether it be a buffet or the picnic table.
Right. So the key is have everything prepped except for maybe cutting the watermelon because it's going to fall apart. And then what does it take? 5 minutes? So it's pretty quick.
And it smells like fresh. I don't know how else to explain it.
I mean, it's healthy. It's got great flavor in it, and the difference between having, you know, we've got sour, we've got sweet, And we've got salty. It's got everything in it that to combine. So how is it?
Delicious. That is a really good mix of flavors. It doesn't just look fresh, it tastes fresh.
It does, and the herbs do that.
So the watermelon tomato salad, we have the recipe on our website, it's fusionnw.com.